So let's have a little review of what we did a couple of weeks ago. No, here's David now. Hi, David. Okay, has anybody not seen this slide on the conditional to before? Put your hands up if you've never seen this before. Lukasz?
No, joking. It was last week.
Oh, okay, right, you have seen it. Okay, so I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly. If you want me to stop and go back over something, if there's anything not clear, then just say, sorry, can you explain that a little bit more? So we can use to for counting things, but what we can't do is just use it as a kind of open conditional. So we can use it for, as well. We can use it for saying natural or predictable events, states, or unavoidable facts following a condition. We can use it to indicate some certainty, as if we're begging the question. For example, surely if he's a teacher, then he should know how to teach. So we could use it in this situation, but generally it's used for these three states. So these typical scenarios. Well, so one is natural consequence. For example, if you jump into the sea, then you'll get wet. Uses of machines. If you switch on the electricity, then it will become light in here. And giving directions. If you turn left, then there is a church on your right. So when you're stating facts, these are all stated facts rather than if you're going to the shops, then I would like to come as well. It's not that kind of conditional. So we can't use this for requests based on requests. Sorry, we can't use to set a conditional based on requests, preferences, prohibitions, or human reactions. The regulation is that the condition and the outcome are always in the present tense. So it can't be a past or continuous tense. And so the construction is, the condition is put into the plain form, whether this is a verb or an adjective, then to, and then the outcome can then be in either the polite form, in the mass form, or the plain form. But this will always be in the future tense, and this one as well. Okay, so far, guys? Cool. I've lost Martin somehow. Okay. So if we look at the various ways of setting the condition, the verb is in the plain form, for example, iku, taberu, suru, kuru, or in the negative, ikanai, tabenai, shinai, konai. But you can see none of these are in the past tense, none of these are in the present continuous tense. They can only be in the, let's call it the future tense for now. Adjectives, just state the adjective. For example, atsui des becomes just atsui, not atsui des to, just atsui to. And then again, this can be in the negative as well, either as atsui or atsukunai. Na adjectives do need a da representing des, but the one thing you need to make a note of is that the negative of a na adjective or a noun is not janai, as it usually is, janai or dewanai, but just denai, denai to. So let's try translating these ones that we can see above. Let's start with Tom. Tom, how would you say, if you jump into the sea, then you'll get wet?
Umi ni to jump was I lost it. To jump. Tobu is to fly.
Good, yeah, it's the same for jumping.
It's the same for jumping. Okay.
Yeah.
Umi ni tobu to. You get wet. To get wet.
It's a verb. Nureru.
Nureru. Nuremasu.
Hey, good. Okay. Do you remember there's a way of kind of saying to jump in the sea? If you say umi ni tobu. One more time.
Tobu komu.
Not tobu.
Tobi.
Tobi komu. Exactly. Yeah.
Tobi
okay.
komu.
Okay. One more time.
海に飛び込むと濡れます。
Good. Okay. Everybody, can you unmute yourselves, please?
はい。
So this isn't in Japanese anyway, so you've got the English here to help remind you. 海に飛び込むと濡れます。はい、どうぞ。
海に飛び込むと濡れます。
Sorry, Marcy?
Nureru. Okay, yeah.
Nureru. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then the second one, if you switch on the electricity, then it will become light in here. Łukasz?
Denki.
Denki, not tenki.
Denki, I said denki.
Yeah. Sorry, I heard tenki, so that's weather, but denki is
How we can switch on the weather? Denki o skeru.
Good.
Skeru.
Yeah.
O.
Mhm.
It will become light. It was something like akai.
So
Close to this.
who remembers the E adjective for bright? Anybody?
Haru?
One more time? Akarui.
Akarui. Okay.
Akarui.
So akaru inarimasu.
So this needs to become an adverb, doesn't it? If you're going to use narimasu. So akarui would become.
Akaruku narimasu.
Very good. Akaruku narimasu.
Akaruku narimasu.
One more time.
Denki o tsukeru to akaruku narimasu.
Very good. And everybody together, please. If you could unmute yourselves, guys. Denki o tsukeru to akaruku narimasu. はい、どうぞ。
電気をつけると明るくなります。
Excellent. And then the final one, so Kim, if you turn left, then there is a church on your right.
左に曲がると右に教会あります。
Yeah, 教会があります。Good. 左に曲がると右に教会あります。Okay, together, please.
左に
曲がると右に教会があります。
Very good, very good. Excellent. Okay, cool. Any questions, guys? Okay, this is so simple. I'm not going to give us any more exercises. Let's go on to today's new subject, or at least last week's new Asahi subject. Command und prohibition. So the first point is be careful how to use these. If you use them inappropriately to the wrong person, then you could end up being without a teacher or a job or a head. These are all possibilities. So in terms of the kind of politeness structure with commands, there's a bit of a spectrum. So right down, this green ones down here are very, very polite and very safe. Then the middle ones are a bit more everyday, a little bit more casual here. And then these start to enter the danger zone at this end here. So for example, we got verb te, verb in the te form, plus itadakimasu ka. Really polite way of doing things. And then leaving the verb in the te form, you can also say kudasaimasu ka. So this is almost the same as saying kudasai, just a little bit more like a question, so therefore makes it a little bit more polite. Then here we do have verb in the te form plus kudasai. We also have this word chodai. Chodai is basically the same as kudasai, just a little bit more casual. So you at this point here, where the red dot is jumping up and down, up to here, this is where you can speak to your teacher, but anything beyond here is kind of a little bit casual. So I wouldn't use chodai with an Iaido teacher, for example. We can then here remove the mas from a mass form verb like ikimasu, tabemasu, shimasu, remove the mas and add nasai, and then we get another kind of, it's kind of a request, but it's a little bit more commanding. Ikinasai, tabenasai, shinasai, etc. Everybody okay so far? We can actually just leave the verb in the te form and just say ite, go, tabete, eat. It makes it, by putting it in the te form, it makes it into a command, makes it into the imperative. And then the danger zone we'll look at in just a second. And all of these, go ahead, Kim.
So
Yeah.
if you want to use kudasaimasu and so on, but you hesitate a little bit too long, then you are starting to be rude.
If you say like tabete and then you forget what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always good to carry a gun with you to shoot yourself through the head in case you make a faux pas. You can just erase the faux pas immediately by killing yourself. This is common practice in Japan. Please remember to take a gun or a knife with you. Shoot yourself in the head or stab yourself in the throat.
We have a sword with us.
Yeah,
so,
well, yeah, a little bit inconvenient to have a whole sword, but a knife will do it.
That's why we like kaishaku.
Exactly. Yeah. Make sure you've got another friend nearby to finish you off, because having seen a lot of your iaido, you'll probably miss.
Okay, bye. Good evening.
I mean, you know what happened to Yukio Mishima, don't you?
Excuse me?
You know what happened to Yukio Mishima, the author?
No.
Yeah, well, he tried to. So he was a famous author, and he was very pro-nationalist, kind of masculine kind of approach back to the age of the samurai, and he broke into a military academy and locked him and his guys in a general's office, and he had all these different commands that the military had to undertake to reinstate the emperor. And he did this address to all of the troops, very few of whom could actually hear him when he was stood on the balcony. And then he, as a mark of his true belief in what he was saying, he planned to commit seppuku. And so he stuck his knife inside his belly. Unfortunately, none of his guys who were there to help him were actually competent or kind of calm enough to actually do the coup de grace properly. So they hacked into his shoulder blades a few times.
Oh.
Ow, that hurts. Stop it. Eventually, the general who they'd taken hostage said, "Let me do it." And he actually did it for them. Yeah. Not the best way to demonstrate your belief in something, to incompetently die. But anyway. Right. Yeah, so all of these here, kudasai, chodai, nasai, and te, can be softened with a yo at the end or a ne at the end. But we'll be a little bit careful with this as well for now. We'll come back to these at another time, actually, when we're doing more casual conversation. Perhaps we can learn how to use these well by watching videos on it. One little footnote is, if you're reading neutral instructions like recipes or directions or the Zenken Ren Iaido manual, usually a command is written either in the infinitive or the mass form. For example, in the Seito manual where it says next, take a step with the left foot, it just simply says tsugi hidari ashi de fumimasu. So it says you will do this. This is how written instructions are normally formed. It doesn't say tsugi hidari ashi de funde kudasai. It doesn't actually make a request or a command. It just says you will do this. All right. Okay, let's look at some of these danger zone commands. The first set is to change the final syllable for group 1 verbs only at the moment. Change the final syllable to the e level. So iku becomes ike, osu, ose, matsu, mate. Tom, what would be die? Die.
Shine.
Shine, good. Shine. Wukash, what would be cut?
Kire.
Kire, good. Kim, what would be Swim.
Oyoge.
Okay, good. Kelly, what would be drink? Drink.
Nome.
Ome. Joel, what would be read?
Yame.
Good. David, what would be stand up?
Tate.
Ate. Aga, what would be, let's see, speak, talk, speak. What would be
話せ
hanase? Good. And Martin, what would be say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. Excellent. Okay, pretty easy. Group 2, the final ru becomes ro. Taberu becomes tabero. Miru becomes miro. We'll do some practice on these a bit later. So we got final syllable becomes or ru becomes ro. Group 3, we just have to remember these, I'm afraid. Suru becomes shiro. Kuru becomes koi. And kureru, to get, like give me, is actually a kind of irregular verb, just becomes kure. So Tom, if you're going to say, do your homework to your kids, you would say,
Shukudai shiro.
good, shukudai or shiro. Wukash, if you're going to tell your cat to drive the car,
車を乗ろ
let's get in the car. What's drive the car?
う。
Drive the car.
This was the
Starts with u.
運
Yeah.
転する。車を運転しろ。
Yes, good. Unten shiro. Cool. Any questions, guys?
You don't have to say 運転, right? 車 if you say 運転. So,
Correct. You can just say unten shiro, especially if they're
sorry,
in the
I
car.
have to commit now a suicide.
Okay. It's a bit fast. I prefer something a bit slower, really. Any questions or problems, guys? All clear. Alles gut? Alles klar? Yeah? Extra. Okay. For negatives to say don't do this, we can just put all of the verbs into the infinitive and put na at the end of it. So iku becomes ikuna, taberu taberuna, suru suruna, kuru kuruna. I can see some of you making notes. I'll give you a few seconds to make some notes.
So all the previous rules, they are dropped and just the infinitive plus na.
These three here are
Yeah,
affirmative commands. This is a negative. This is saying don't do
There's
this.
a negative command.
Yeah. So
in
this,
a danger zone.
exactly. Yeah. Good to go. Oh, okay, I'll wait a bit longer. All good, guys? Yep, okay. For the second set, don't rely on Google Translate for this because Google Translate happens to get this wrong. But we can, if we look up here, we've got this verb nasai. So we've got things like ikinasai, tabinasai, shinasai, kinasai. This can actually be shortened into a positive command by, instead of saying nasai, just saying na, which is confusing because just 2 lines above it, we've got something similar sounding to say don't do this. But for example, to say go would be Kim using this form here.
I'm trying to figure. So it is the verb nasai
in the mass form,
but dropping the mass and use nasai.
Yeah, but we can shorten nasai just to na. So go.
So there will be kina.
Ikina.
Ikina.
Yeah. Kelly, eat would be
Tabina.
Joel, do it. Shina. Yeah, exactly. So we just add this to the mass stem of the verb and we get another affirmative command. Do it. Tabina, ikina, shina. The only exception is kuru. Kina is grammatically correct, but because this sounds like so many other commands, usually koi is the only way of saying come as a command. Koi. Yeah. Any questions, guys?
Is it as dangerous as the first set?
No, this is a little bit softer than the first set. This is a little bit more like an invitation to do something rather than a hard command. But ike is really like the ultimate. Well, ike, which is the command to go, is the closest thing to saying fuck off. So that's how strong it is, really. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Łukasz, proszę, dozo.
Arigato.
Well,
when you said this is a first set and a second set, what's actually the reason? I mean, it's not what I'm asking about the reason why we do it, because it's there in a language, but
yeah.
Is there something that you use some verbs in the set or some in this set, or you just can do whatever you want?
No, really, they can be used in any way you like, really.
So this is just introduction of some other way of saying command.
Yes.
This first set is different, second, just this.
Yeah.
No additional strings attached. Nothing
correct.
like this.
No other regulation.
Okay, thank you.
The first set is by far the strongest set. This is the most red of them all. The second set is a little bit more like yellowy orange, really.
So close to te form, or?
Yeah, yes, yeah, somewhere around, you're right, somewhere around here, really. Te is quite, this is also quite strong, actually. It's probably somewhere around here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just after, just next to nasai, actually. Yeah. Of course, it depends also on how you say it. I mean, if you grab them by the collar, you shake them and say it. Even if you say verb yonde itadakimasen ka, if you're shaking them like this, their head's going like this, then it's less polite than just keeping 2 meters distance from them.
And saying them something like ike.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. Or holding a spear to their throat. Could you please read my dissertation?
So you just, the point is to introduce us to all the possibilities that you know about being rude and not rude.
Exactly, yes.
Commands.
Yes, yeah. Because usually at some point in learning a language, people want to learn how to be rude, right? This is it.
Thank you.
Kurwa to picie kokot.
There are 3 languages you mixed in one.
Yeah, good, huh? Okay, any other questions, guys?
don't think so.
Okay, should we do some exercises? Star jump shiro. Let's grab some examples. Okay. What I'd like you to do is we're going to exercise all of these. Not that you're going to be using these a lot, but it's good practice just to get used to speaking Japanese and doing something different rather than repeating the same exercises. How much is the cheese? Do you like coconuts? Squirrels are small. These kind of words. It's better to do something a little bit more interesting. Okay, so for each of these, I'd like you to make all of the command structures that we've learned today. So I'd like you to use the hardest ro command, the nasai request, and then the na request in the affirmative, and then the na prohibition in the negative. And just to add some sensory schniffle schnaffle to it, I'd like you to try and say it in the style that you'd be saying it, in the mood that you'd be saying it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So for example, actually, I'm not going to do an example. You guys can do it instead. Let's start with Kelly. Eat this onion.
この玉ねぎを食べろ。この玉ねぎを食べなさい。この玉ねぎを食べな。
Yep.
Am I still missing one?
I just got to do the prohibitive one.
It's not 食べな。食べるな。
Very good. Taberu na. Good. Taberu na. Excellent. Cool. David, write to your brother every week.
Every week. My shoe.
Good. Shoe. Let's assume it's your older brother, shall we?
Okay. Oni-san.
Good.
Ni. Write a letter. Tegami o kake.
Good. Tegami o kake. And
Tegami o kakinasai.
good.
Tegami o kakina.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Tegami o kakuna.
Very good. Well done. And then Aga, read a book while you're eating breakfast.
As 朝ごはんを食べながら本を読め。
Right, good.
読みなさい。
Yomi nasai, good.
読みな。
Yeah.
読むな。
Yomuna. Very good. Excellent. Well done. Martin, I bet Judy says this to you all the time, every time you go out. Wave to people you don't know.
Furu?
Yeah. Te o fureru. Te o fureru.
Oh, as in wave your hand?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
It's to make it specific in case you wave any other body parts at other people.
Yeah, once we're walking through the House of Commons, she went, "Hi, Boris, nice to see you again." And you went, "What? Yes, oh, indeed, yes."
See, you're telling me about opportunities you could have had him murdered, and then do it.
Anyway, people, Nina.
So this would be, usually this is in spoken Japanese. This is just hito.
Hito.
Yeah, if it's in written Japanese, because the nuance is sometimes not so clear in written, it becomes a doubled word, a hitobito. Hitobito.
Okay, right. That's a good
But
point.
we'll use the spoken version though, just hito. How do you specify that you don't know them? How do you make them? How do you make that point an adjective?
I don't know.
So
I'm looking at the verb table and I haven't got it.
it's probably not a rule that we've covered formally in the lessons yet, but basically, let me just write this all down now. Any plain form verb in affirmative, negative, present, and past, and present continuous can be put in front of a noun to convert the verb into an adjective. For example, suru shigoto desu. Suru shigoto desu. This means the work that I will do. Suru, I'll do, I will do. Shigoto, work. Des, it is. This is the work that I will do. Suru shigoto desu.
Good. Let's see how that helps me here, though.
So, well, people is hito. This is the noun, and then you don't know. This means basically, and you can just use the verb for don't know. It's not specific for watashi or anata. Doesn't change the verb.
I'm pleased to say I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
What is don't know?
Right. Who can help? What's the verb to know?
Shiru.
Shiru. Shiru. This is a group. Which group's this?
Group 2.
It looks like it, doesn't it? But it's not. It's group 1. Yeah. Because if it was group 2, then the mass form would be shimas.
Ah, yes, no.
Which it can't be, right? Yeah.
Shirimasu.
Shirimasu. Okay.
Yeah,
so Martin.
Group 1.
Yeah, it is group 1 exactly. So Martin, how would you then use it to make this people that I don't know?
Hito de shiramasen.
We can put this before.
Yeah.
So any plain form verb can put in front of the noun to convert the verb into an adjective. So shirimasen the word would go here, but if we put this into the plain form, into the dictionary,
Shiranai.
Shiranai. Good. Yeah. Shiranai. Shiranai hito means people I don't know or people you don't know.
Right. Thank you. And we've got to wave to people. So shiranai hito ni.
Good.
And the A form is te o furere.
So this is a group 2. So the imperative, the strongest imperative would be furiously checking your notes.
Furete.
Not furete, furero. So you could say furete. This is a te form. It's perfectly fine to make it as a command, but I want to use the e or the ro command. So furero. And then in the nasai structure?
Furenasai.
Furenasai, good.
And presumably furena.
Furena, yeah, exactly. And then finally, don't wave at people you don't know.
Yeah. Furena again?
Well, we've got to make the whole plain form verb without chopping it off at any point first.
Furerona?
Yeah, fureruna.
Fureruna.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Fureruna. Good. Okay. Joel, wait for the lights to change before you cross the road.
Rodo o.
Rodo. It's nearly. It's the reverse of that. Doro.
Sorry. Doro o wataru no mae.
This is a verb, so not wataru no mae, but
Can't remember.
so not is usually used to connect a noun with a grammatical term, but this is just a verb. So
Wataru mae.
wataru mae.
So doro o wataru mae.
And this is a time,
Shingo.
but this is a time reference, isn't it? So we
Ni.
should ni, good. Yes.
Shingo o. Can we just use shingo or matsu?
So
wait for the lights.
yeah,
or,
you can do this. Yeah, matsu.
Okay, so mate.
Mate, good. And then
Machinai.
not machinai, but machi. Sorry, can you see this? It might be hidden at the top. There we go.
Machinasai. Sorry.
Machinasai. Yeah, good.
Sorry.
Machinasai.
China.
Machina.
Matsuna.
That's it. That's what you say to people who you don't care if they get hit by a truck. Good. You can probably maybe get a sense already as to when to use some of these already. For example, at the moment, these all sound like strong commands, don't they? I mean, if you were going to ask somebody to do something for you, for your benefit, it's unlikely that you're going to use any of these, to be honest. But saying something like "wait for the lights to change before you cross the road," this isn't going to be a request. It's not going to say, you're not going to say "mate kudasai," because it's for their benefit. It's not for yours. So in this case, even with people, perhaps not with a teacher or a manager, but anybody of a similar level, you might say "machinasai" because it's for their benefit. So you can have it a little bit less polite than just saying "mate onegai shimasu ka." Yeah. All right, back to Joel. Touch my moustache.
How do you say moustache?
Hige.
Hige o.
Who remembers a good touch?
Sawaru.
Sawaru. Good. Yes.
Hige o sawaro. No, sorry, saware.
Saware. Good. Yes. So let's just make a note of this. It's sawaru, isn't it? This is the verb. Sawaru. And it's a group one, isn't it?
Hige o sawinasai. Sawarinasai.
Yeah.
Hige o sawarina.
Sawarina.
Hige o sawaruna.
Sawaruna. Yeah, good. Good. Exactly. If you're female and you go to Japan and you get on the underground train during rush hour, it's always a good idea to remember this word here, sawaruna, because it's quite common that women do get sawarued quite a lot on busy trains. So sawaruna, it's actually now become a criminal offence, so you can have somebody thrown into prison for inappropriate touching in Japan, which it didn't used to be. Martin, come here quickly and touch me. Oh, you're muted, Martin.
Well, I put it into G-show and got orgasm.
That's just come quickly, not come here quickly.
So the verb is probably simply kiro, isn't it?
What was kuru?
Kuru, rather.
Yeah, this was an irregular verb, so
Hayai and probably hayai.
Hayai, but this is quickly isn't just an adjective; it's an adverb, isn't it? So this needs to be
hayaku.
Hayaku. Good. Hayaku. And then
Okay.
what was kuru in the command structure? You might say it to a Japanese carp, if that's a good clue. That was a really good clue, actually. If you didn't get it now, then you'll never get it.
This will be kuruma then, isn't it?
That would be don't come, but what's come? You only say it to a Japanese carp.
Oh yeah, koi. You're right.
Koi, right. Good God. How long did that take?
I think you said car, not carp.
Oh, sorry, carp. Carp.
Carp.
Yeah.
Carpe diem, etc.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Carpe
good.
carpum, seize the fish.
Right.
And then the nasai.
Kinasai.
Kinasai, good, yeah. Kinasai. And then na.
Koi again, not kina.
Koi, good, well remembered. Yes, exactly, koi. And then don't come.
Is the na form.
Good.
So na.
Kuruna. Yeah, exactly.
Kuruna. Sorry, you're right.
Kuruna. Yeah. Which would be funny to say somebody, quickly, don't come. Aga, after you finish watching TV, go and study history.
Terebi oに終わるとき
Okay, so you can use ato there, but as this ato there means after, doesn't it? So do you remember the rule about what to do with the verb, depending on whether you say mae or ato? Something happens to the verb, depending on whether you choose mae before or ato after.
Should it be in the past tense? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
it's the right answer.
Oh, okay, so テレビを、見終わった後で
Good. Yep.
Go. 歴史を勉強しに行け。
Very comprehensive, yeah. 勉強しに行け. Very good. And
行きなさい。
行きなさい. Good.
行きな。
Yep.
行くな。
行くな. Excellent. Well done. Cool. Well done. David, boil all of the eggs. Oh, you're muted, David. Oh, and frozen, actually. We might have lost David. Even though he lives closest to me, the Zoom seems to be working the least. Okay, Kelly, you can do this one instead. Boil all of the eggs.
全部の卵を茹でろ
What's the verb here, by the way? Because I know another verb, but
I thought 茹でる
uderu.
茹でる
Uderu. Let's have a look at this, because I think there's a difference between the ones that we used last week, which was wakasu and uderu. And I think you're right. I think wakasu is for water only, and uderu I think is for. Oh, David's going to be back in a second. And let's have a quick look.
Something in hot water.
Something in hot water.
Yeah, exactly.
Something in hot water.
Yeah.
Yuderu.
Oh, yuderu, isn't it? Yeah. Yuderu. Yeah, to boil something in hot water. And I think wakasu is only to boil water, I think.
Is there a difference between yuderu and uderu? Because
sorry, it's my mistake. It's yuderu.
But you have no.
Let's see.
Both of
Yuderu,
them.
yeah, I have this too.
Okay.
Oh, is uderu there as well?
Yeah, on my screen you have yuderu and yuderu.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I wasn't wrong. I was right. See, I'm not always right. Sometimes I make mistakes. There was a time when I thought I was wrong, but it turned out I was right. Yeah. So yuderu, but to be honest, I haven't really heard of uderu. I think yuderu is the most common one.
You're
and
there.
then, go ahead.
Yeah, on the Adic, they are next to each other, and they just have a different first kanji. Next to them, but
yeah.
Okay.
Tom, did you say you had one as well?
I had niru.
Niru. So niru, I think, is simmer, closer to simmer than boil. Niru. This is nimono. Or to boil, to simmer, to stew. So just referring to my comprehensive Japanese cooking knowledge, which is pretty small. Niru is usually used when you're going to really slowly cook something in a sauce or water.
Sizzling and more.
Yeah. Wakasu is for water only, for boiling some water for tea or something. But yuderu is what's used for boiling something in hot water. So I think yuderu is the right one here. Kelly?
So yuderu with the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yudero.
Yudero.
And yudenasai.
Yep. Yudenasai.
Yudena.
Good. Yudena.
Yuderuna.
Very good. Yuderuna. Excellent. Let me just write these down here, just because we should always be adding to our vocabulary. So this is to boil something in water. This is just to boil water. And this is to simmer.
Would it be misunderstood if you said boil all the eggs using wakasu?
It would be understood, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, give me a second, guys. This Zoom's gone crazy again. Okay. Kim, sing louder.
Oh, that was a larger voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, with a larger voice.
And that's the only thing I know.
Good. Okay, so just now say this in Japanese, then you'll be fine.
Voice. Koe.
Uka, stop doing work.
Koe.
You've got your work face on. You've got your answering work emails face on, actually. Yes, you have. Or it's some kind of it's something maybe Budo work related. You don't need your brain for that sort of thing. Just write back and say, fuck off.
Is it like koe no oki? Or is it not that long?
It's longer.
It's longer.
Yeah. So we want more loud voice with by way of
Motto. Motto oki koe de.
Good.
And then to sing was uru. Utao. Utae.
Good. Yeah, utae. Exactly. Utae.
Moto oki koe de utae nasai.
Very good.
And then utaina.
Good.
And then utauna.
Very good. Well done. Excellent.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
Can we say, like, instead of oki koe, could we say ogoe? Because that's the word I
Ogoe.
know. That's the word I know for loud voice. It's
Ah,
one word.
it could be.
Ogoe.
It could well be. Does that not mean shout though?
I think it's ogoe.
Ogoe. Loud voice. Could be. Ogoe.
It's the same kanji actually, but
Yeah. Ogoe. Raise one's voice to
maybe
shout.
they just joined the two words.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Although that would mean please sing in a loud voice, but this was to specifically make it an even louder voice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think if you just said sing loudly, then ogoe de utae would be a good way of saying this. Yeah. Good. David, welcome back. You get a bonus one. Go and clean your room.
Now?
Wakasu wasn't the right one, by the way. That was the wrong answer.
I thought it was. Oh,
Last week, that's what we used. But yuderu, wakasu means to just boil water. But to boil something in water is yuderu or uderu. Yuderu.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm making a note. What was that? You know that. What is it? Clean my room. Heya o soji shiro.
Yeah. Oh, soji shiro. Good.
I think.
Yep, you're correct. And then soji
Soji shinasai.
shinasai.
Soji shina.
Shina. Good.
And this one breaks my brain. I think it's soji suruna.
Suruna. Very good. Excellent. Well done. Łukasz, go home now. You're drunk. Sad that you know. Go home now. You're drunk.
So you say first you drank.
Yep.
It will be something with nomi.
You could say nomi sugimashita. You drunk too much. But who remembers the word, the meaning? The Japanese word for to get drunk. Anybody?
Yappari.
Yep.
Nearly.
No, really.
Yopparai. Yopparao.
Yappari.
Yopparao.
Yappari. Okay.
So what can we do now with
Yopparao.
yopparao? Yeah.
Drunk.
We want to smartly connect this into the sentence without any kind of long.
So you want me to join those two?
Mm.
Okay, so yopparaimasu. We drank. And then what? Ga?
No, I was thinking of maybe just saying yopparatta. Go home. This is now just a plain past.
Uchi ni ike.
That's the wrong answer, Kelly.
No.
Sorry.
Thank
always come
God.
back, right?
Thank
So you
God
just
you
say
weren't doing romance talking to your partner. That would have been
Koi?
very embarrassing.
Yes, koi?
No, go home. Go home. So what's the verb to go home?
Kairu?
I've never seen Kelly go so red before. It's almost as bright as David's t-shirt.
No, my husband's laughing at me once again.
Kairu. So as Martin said, Kairu is to go home. Yeah.
And then we say kaero.
It's a group one verb.
Well, kaere.
Kaere.
Yopparatta kaere. And then kaerinasai.
Good.
Kaerina.
Kaerina. Oops.
And then
Kaerina.
kaeruna.
You're drunk, don't go home. Like being caught with Derek.
It's funny.
Yeah. And then finally, Tom, sit next to the policeman.
Policeman's keikan.
Keikan is good. Yep.
Keikan ga tonari ni.
Keikan ga.
Keikan no tonari ni.
Very good. Keikan no tonari ni.
I was doubting about the particles. Suware.
Suware. Good.
Suwari nasai.
Suwari nasai. Nasai.
Suwari na.
Suwari na.
Suwaruna.
Suwaruna. Excellent. Well done. Good. Any questions or problems, guys, before we carry on? All is good? All is clear?
Still difficult to understand the negative form for me. Because we do this exercise like, okay, I know the drill,
yeah,
how to form it, but if somebody would say the sentence to me using the negative form, if I could, how do you say it, distillate it out of the sentence that it is a negative,
yeah, it
would be difficult.
It's kind of a little, it's even worse than you think, actually, because let me just clear all this jibber jabber. For example, ikune and ikina and ikuna all mean different things, and they all sound pretty similar, don't they?
Voilà, that's what I mean.
Yeah, ikune, this means we will go, won't we?
Yeah.
Ikina, go. Ikina,
don't go.
Don't go. But the fact that we're having this conversation now, you've now seen these three distinct things that can be mixed up, will hopefully help to remember. But generally, when somebody uses this na prohibitive one, it should be said in a pretty strong tone of voice to say, don't do it. It should be fairly obvious, like if you're about to put a big jam donut in your mouth and somebody says, "Tabarana!" like this, I think you'd get the clue that this means not eat it, but don't eat it, because there's a scorpion crawling out the back of it. Yeah. But just to kind of expand this a little bit more, so for example, taberuna means don't eat it. How would we say please don't eat it?
Tabe.
Who can help?
Taberanai de kudasai.
One more time, Kelly.
Taberanai de kudasai.
Please don't be able to eat. That means. Yes, just taberanai de kudasai. Yeah. Yeah. Taberanai de kudasai. So between taberanai de kudasai, this goes from a request pretty quickly into a negative, into a command, taberuna. But I can't suggest anything else except practice and this kind of playing around with it to get it to work. So this is why it's kind of good to hear it in context, in the tone of voice that it would be said, in the situation that it would be said. Somebody's about to cross the road, Kim, and you get yourself ready. You see a child about to cross the road and there's a truck coming towards them and they haven't seen the truck. Go ahead, what do you shout? Dead. Bang! Already dead. Yamete would work, actually. Yes, this works. Stop. How'd you shout, don't cross?
What was crossing again? I don't know.
Wataru.
Wataruna?
Wataruna. Exactly. Wataruna. Wataruna. Somebody's about to pick up, I don't know, a hairdryer, and you can see that it's sitting in a puddle of water and it's plugged in. David?
There are several ways I'd address that.
What'd you shout though? Because somebody's also super glued your feet to the floor.
Oh dear.
That's it, they're dead. Go ahead.
I was thinking it's toranai de kudasai.
Oh, that's quite a long way. By the time you reach the end of the sentence, they're dead. But you got the right verb.
Mate.
Mate, okay, wait. But how do you say don't take it?
The word for take has completely left my mind.
You just said it though. You said toranai de kudasai, which means to take is
toranai de.
What's wrong with toruna?
Toruna.
Toruna. Don't take it. Don't touch it. Tom, you're on the Tokyo subway during the rush hour and you feel somebody's hand gently brushing against your buttocks. And you shout, Fureruna. Yeah, Fureruna. Lukash, you see Jabba coming towards you.
Ikura!
That means don't go. That means, so you'll say, oh, okay, I'll stay here with you then. So you have to say something else. Not ikuna, but
Tomena?
no,
Tomuna?
you want to say don't come, don't you?
Come was kuru?
Yep.
Kuruna?
Kuruna. Kuruna. It's again like saying fuck off. Kuruna. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say ikina.
That means go. Yeah, that means F off. Yeah. Okay. Let's move off this. We will, as we start. You know, it's not happening even yet with the Tasogare class, but as we start to watch less instruction videos in Japanese and more kind of things like maybe some sort of Japanese soap opera, could be quite interesting to watch maybe in the future. And you'll hear these words being used a lot more frequently. Experience counts. Right, let's go on to we can either do a worked exercise or we can watch a video of Naron-san being attacked by a bunch of Yakuza as he tries to get money out of the pachinko machine. Should we watch this? Yeah, okay. You guys are just horrible, honestly. Right, let's just find it. Just a second. Nihongo no Kiso Part 2. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's just watch this one from last week because you guys did really well. This. We'll just remind ourselves. So you remember, what's his name? Not Ralston. Somebody left their briefcase on the train. Do you remember?
Oh, last week.
Ah, this is a good one to watch. Here we go. We won't do this one. Just enjoy. We'll do the next one along.
すみません。今の電車にカバンを忘れてしまったんですが、どこに置いたんですか？2両目の網棚の上です。どんなカバンですか？黒いカバンです。このくらいの。何が入っていますか？書類と手帳が入っています。じゃあ、すぐ連絡しますから、ちょっと待っていてください。あ、そうですか。はい。ありましたよ。ああ、よかった。今、新宿駅にありますが、どうしますか？すぐ取りに行きます。
The rule of this is, if you're going to go to Japan, don't speak to any non-Japanese in Japanese because you won't understand what they're saying.
Ah, おはようございます。今日は工具の使い方を実習します。はい。マニュアルを見て使うものをその台の上に並べてください。わかりました。
ドリルはどこですか？
あの箱の中にしまってありますよ。
はい。
今日はこれで終わります。使った工具をよく拭いて元のところにしまっておいてください。
はい、わかりました。
じゃあご苦労様でした。
お先に失礼します。
There's quite a lot of grammar that we've done in that one. How did you guys find it? There was a lot of unknown vocabulary in there as well. Let's actually write a few of those bits out. Just a second.
Yeah, Vietnamese subtitles are doing my head in.
What? You didn't come to Andy's Vietnamese corner before joining this lesson? What's wrong with you? Sorry, just. Kogu. Oops. Tools. Guys, what's sky kata?
How to use.
To use. Well done. Yes. Neraberu. Neraberu. Everybody? It's the transitive of narabu. If it helps, probably not. We have done it before, actually. We did a lesson on. Go ahead, Tom.
To teach something?
Oh, one more time.
To teach? No, that's Manabu to learn.
I mean, you've got dictionaries, right?
To line up.
To line up, yeah. To line up something. And this narabu means to cue. This is what humans do. But what they do to other things is to line them up. Neraberu. Yeah, that was it actually. That was all of the extra words that you may not have heard before.
What was the drilling machine?
What was the drilling machine?
Yeah.
It was called a drill.
Drill.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
he
I
actually
didn't understand it.
he called it a drill. Yeah. Kogu. Anything else? Fuku. Fuku. This means to wipe. To wipe. What would the? How do you say? Please wipe the tools. What would this be?
Fuite kudasai.
One more time, David.
Fuite kudasai.
Yeah, Nani or fuite kudasai.
Tools.
It's on the screen.
It was something mono.
Yeah. Kogu. It's on the screen.
Kogu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuite kudasai. Yeah. And how would you say, please wipe the tools that you used?
Kogu?
One more time, Tom.
Kogu?
Good. Kogu.
Oh, fuite kudasai.
Good. Fuite kudasai.
Fukuna.
Fukuna, don't wipe them. Fukina. 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 Yeah. Okay. Should we go through that again? Here we go. Oops, sorry.
ものを。ああ。
おはようございます。
ああ。おはようございます。今日は工具の使い方を実習します。
今日は 工具の使い方を実習します。This G here, can you see what I'm pointing at the screen, guys? Because I can't see you at the moment.
Yes.
So this means kind of means factual, and this is the character for to learn. This is narao. So jishu shimasu means kind of on-the-job training, so practical learning, practical study.
Okay.
Yeah. So this sentence, 今日は工具の使い方を実習します means anybody?
Today we'll be practically learning how to use tools.
Yes, very good. Yeah. Let's listen to that again.
おはようございます。
ああ、おはようございます。今日は工具の使い方を実習します。
はい。
マニュアルを見て。
マニュアルを見て。
Look at the manual.
Very good. And then he says, 使い物をその台の上に並べてください。使い物
Things you use.
Things you use. その台の上に so die means this bench basically. Usually used.
On top of the bench.
Top of the bench.
Yep. 並べてください.
Line them up.
Good, yeah.
使うものをその台の上に並べてください。
Actually, he said 使うもの. The subtitles weren't correct. Let's do that bit again.
おはようございます。
ああ、おはようございます。今日は工具の使い方を実習します。
はい。
マニュアルを見て使うものをその台の上に並べてください。
わかりました。
わかりました is I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, got it. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
わかったわかった。
もういいよ。わかったじゃん。うるさいよ。Take the screwdriver, put it on the bench.
.ドリルはどこですか？
ドリルはどこですか？
Where is the drill?
Where's the drill? Something you need. This is a very useful sentence when you go to Japan as a tourist. Where is the drill, please?
あの箱の中にしまってありますよ。
Let's do that again. Just a second.
ドリルはどこですか？
あの箱の中にしまってありますよ。
あの箱の中にしまってありますよ。So, who can remember what the structure of this sentence means? Remember this one, guys? I wonder. しまってあります. Do you remember this?
Ah, yes.
Regrettably?
What was that?
And shimaimas was to regret?
Yeah, it's not this.
Not to complete.
It's しまってあります. We did do this in the lessons.
Is it state continuation?
State continuation, exactly.
It's lying over there.
Not lying over there. あの箱の中に
on the shelf over the top of the shelf.
So あの箱の中.
So, that hangs there.
Hang on, Joel, go ahead.
Inside that box.
Inside the box. あの箱 is box. 箱の中に, so inside の中にしまってあります. So しまる means to close, to lock away. And then we put it in the te form. It's a transitive or an intransitive.
It is placed.
It's arimasu, transitive verb.
Right. So it must be transitive. Shimatte arimasu. So it's actually put away. It's not shimeru, like to close something. Shimaru, to put something away. Yeah, shimatte arimasu. It has been put away in that box over there. Yeah. Let's say that again. I'm just going to unoptimize it so I can see you guys at the same time. Just a second. Has that affected the video quality at all? Does it still look rubbish?
It's still
I
terrible.
don't know yet. It's not playing.
Okay. Let me just see if it works. Hang on.
Hi.
Just come back slightly. Hang on.
It works.
ドリルはどこですか？
あの箱の中にしまってありますよ。
Is the quality okay, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, yep.
Yes.
Still VHS quality.
はい。
Let's go forward slightly.
工具をよく拭い。
Okay.
今日はこれで終わります。
今日はこれで終わります。今日はこれで終わります。Sorry, Kelly?
It's all for today?
Yeah, exactly. It's all for today. 今日はこれで at this point これで終わります。We'll finish at this point. Good. And then 使った工具よく拭いて。
Wipe the used tools.
Exactly. Wipe the used tools. Well, yes, exactly. よく拭いて。Yeah, let's go back slightly.
今日はこれで終わります。使った工具をよく拭いて元のところにしまっておいてください。
元のところにしまっておいてください。So there's quite a lot of probably unknown vocabulary here. Guys from Budo, you may have heard the command moto no ichi. Moto no ichi. Lukash, what does this mean? Do you remember?
It's back.
Yep, go back to
the start position.
In the start position, right. So this is moto, means the origin. Moto. This moto, you can see on the screen here, this is the same moto which is used in the word genki. Genki, to mean your base, like kind of thing. Moto no tokoro, so the place of the origin. Ni shimatte, put it away. Oite, put it. So place it away. Kudasai. Moto no tokoro ni shimatte oite kudasai. Let's go back a bit.
今日はこれで終わります。使った工具をよく拭いて元のところにしまっておいてください。
はい、わかりました。
Okay, we're not going to watch him polishing his tools for 5 minutes. Okay, what time is it? Want another video before we finish? Or do you want to listen to this one again to consolidate?
He sounds like he's saying Kormu because he's using the n for his G's.
Kong. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. I got a feeling the next one's about shopping, so it might be a bit more relevant.
じゃあ、ご苦労様でした。
ご苦労様でした。ご苦労様でした。
Thank you for the work.
One more time, Kelly.
Thank you for your hard work.
Exactly. Thank you for your hard work. This is the same as otsukare-sama deshita, but it's usually used between the senior to a junior. So the senior would say go kurou-sama deshita, and the senior would say otsukare-sama deshita.
お先に失礼します。
お先に失礼します. This means, come on, guys. お先に失礼します.
Leaving?
Yeah. お先に失礼. It is about leaving, but it's not. It means pardon me for leaving before you. お先に for you. 失礼します. May I be so rude?
No, I'm going to Osaka.
I'm going to be rude on Osaka. Okay.
もうすぐ夏休みですね。
どこか行きますか？
ええ、田舎へ帰ってゆっくり休むつもりです。高橋さんは？
友達と軽井沢へ行こうと思っています。
軽井沢ですか。いいなあ。
どんなところなんですか？
涼しくてとてもいいところですよ。
ナロンさんの予定は？
まだ何も決めていません。
じゃあよかったら一緒に軽井沢へ行きませんか？
え、いいんですか？
ええ、構いませんよ。車で行きますから。
ありがとうございます。楽しみにしています。
That's good. That's a bit more useful Japanese, really, than the previous section. Okay, let's just go through this slowly again.
もうすぐ夏休みですね。
もうすぐ夏休みですね。もうすぐ夏休みですね。
Soon it's the summer holidays.
Yeah, good. もうすぐ soon. 夏休みですね. It's the summer holidays. Let's see if I can. Hopefully without the music. If I can just move it forward slightly.
もうすぐ夏休みですね。どこか行きますか？
Kim?
Where are you going?
Yeah, or are you going somewhere? どこか行きますか? どこか行きますか?
ええ、田舎へ帰ってゆっくり休むつもりです。
Okay, inaka, this is this thing here. This means my hometown or the countryside, inaka. So if you just say inaka ni ikimasu, this means I'm going to the countryside. But inaka ni kaite means I'm going back to the countryside, means I'm going back to my hometown. Yukkuri yasumu tsumori desu. Aga? Yukkuri yasumu tsumori desu. Are you wrestling with your cat?
Can you repeat the sentence?
Sure. Yukkuri yasumu tsumori desu.
So yukkuri is slowly. Yasumu is from resting.
Yep. Good.
And tsumori is plan. I mean.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Plan.
Yeah.
So slowly we are planning to rest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yukkuri yasumi means resting in your own time, doing things at your own pace. So yukkuri yasumi tsumori desu. I intend to take a rest, basically. Okay.
高橋さんは？
友達と軽井沢へ行こうと思っています。
Tomodachi to Karuizawa is a place, by the way. Karuizawa e ikou to omotte imasu. Martin. Tomodachi to Karuizawa e ikou to omotte imasu.
I'm going with friends.
Yep. Good. Yeah. To Karuizawa. Yeah.
Motemasu.
To omotte imasu. So ikou to omotte imasu. So ikou means shall we go in the plain form. To omotte imasu. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about going to Karuizawa with friends.
Yeah, of course.
軽井沢ですか。いいなあ。
いいなあ. Just like saying いいですね. Sounds great. And then for some reason he thinks about murdering somebody in a house in the woods. It's kind of strange, really.
どんなところなんですか?
どんなところなんですか? Kelly?
What kind of a place is it?
Very good, yeah.
涼しくてとてもいいところですよ。
涼しくてとてもいいところですよ。Kim?
First thing I don't know.
涼しくて、涼しい and it's joined with て。
涼しい。 Was it nice? Some no.
Yeah, but why? Suzushi means Suzushi. Oh, Suzushi.
Warm. Why are you waving with your hand?
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
As it's a cool and totally nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Tokoro desu. Tokoro, place.
Place.
It's cool and nice, a really nice place.
You know.
Yeah. Yo, bitch.
There's yo.
ナロンさんの予定は
Ukash, Naron-san no yote wa? You're muted. Moshi moshi, Ukash-san. Ima muted desu.
Yeah, but I didn't hear it's me.
Sorry, Ukash.
Can you please play this again because I couldn't.
Yeah, certainly. Chotomate.
No, not the whole one.
Chotomate.
どんなところなんですか？
涼しくてとてもいいところですよ。
ナロンさんの予定は
Naron-san no yote wa?
Naron-san is this a Naron guy?
Yep, exactly.
Naron-san
No yote wa?
No idea. No yote.
What does yote mean, guys?
Plan.
Plan. Yeah, plan or schedule. So Naron-san no yote wa?
So what's the plan of Naron-san?
What's the plan of Naron-san?
まだ何も決めていません。
David, mada nani mo kimete imasen.
I haven't really got anything planned.
Yeah, nothing's decided yet.
とてもいいところですよ。
Listen to that again.
ナロンさんの予定は
まだ何も決めていません。
Mada, not yet. Nani mo, nothing. Kimete imasen. So I haven't decided anything. Kimeru means to decide. Kimete imasen.
じゃあよかったら一緒に軽井沢行きませんか
Tom? じゃあよかったら一緒に軽井沢へ行きませんか?
I think that's good. Maybe you want to go with me?
Yeah, よかったら.
It was good.
Not it was good.
It's still conditional.
Mm.
If it would be good,
yep.
You can come with. Would you come with me?
Yeah. Why don't you come with me to Karizawa? Yeah, exactly this.
いいんですか？
いいんですか? Aga? Aga?
Is it good?
Yeah. Is that okay? いいんですか? Yeah.
ええ、構いませんよ。
構いませんよ, which basically means I don't give a fuck. Do you remember Michael continually saying to Murakami Sensei, kamawanai? He's always saying this to him, kamawanai. Means it's not a problem. I don't care. Kamawanai. Or komaranai? Something like this. Komaranai. Sorry, it's a different word. Komaranai. Michael's constantly saying it to him. Yeah. Kamaemasen yo. I don't mind. I don't give a fuck. Come on up.
車で行きますから。
車で行きますから。違う?
I'm going by car?
Yeah, you're going by car. Exactly.
ありがとうございます。
Sorry,
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Why does he say the kara at the end of the sentence?
It's just kind of creating context. He's saying, it's like saying, we're going to Karizawa. Won't you come with us? Oh, is that okay? Yeah, I don't mind. We're going by car. So it's not like he has to buy a train ticket or an airplane or an airplane ticket or anything like this. we're going by car, so it's fine. You can come with us. We're going by car. We have space. You don't need to buy a ticket. Kamaemasen. Kuruma de ikimasu kara, because we're going by car.
It's not. I thought it was kore is kare is he and we. I was confusing with that.
Kara, because.
It's because. Yes. Then it's because at the end of the sentence. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the sentence has been slightly switched around to the way that we normally would say it. If we were writing this down and doing this in a lesson, we would say, kuruma de ikimasu kara kamaemasen. But he said, I don't mind, kamaemasen. We're going by car. Kuruma de ikimasu kara. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says, tanoshimi ni shite imasu.
楽しみにしています。
Tanoshimi ni shite imasu. Łukasz?
Tanoshi is like happy.
Yep. Enjoyable. Yeah.
Enjoyable. Tanoshi ime?
So this is tanoshimi ni shite imasu. This is something you should write down, guys. It means I'm looking forward to it. Tanoshimi ni shite imasu. Tanoshimi ni shite imasu.
Me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it's got. It is broken up of tanoshi to enjoy, mini to go see, shimasu. It's just a fixed phrase that means I'm looking forward to it. Tanoshimi
ni shite imasu.
Yes, yeah. Tanoshimi ni shite imasu. And he said, we're going by car and we're going to put you in the boot, in the trunk, so I don't care. I'm looking forward to it.
That's the guy they're going to murder in the house.
Exactly, yeah, yes.
Deliverance reenactment weekend and you're the piggy.
If you don't mind laying next to the chainsaw in the trunk, you can go by car. Oh, and the large plastic sheet as well. We need to make sure we take this too. And the wood chipper. Cool. Okay, let's listen to that chapter again because it's actually quite useful and it's full of grammar that you guys already know. So let's have a go.
もうすぐ夏休みですね。
どこか行きますか？
ええ、田舎へ帰ってゆっくり休むつもりです。
And murder my family.
高橋さんは？
友達と軽井沢へ行こうと思っています。
軽井沢ですか。いいなあ。
どんなところなんですか？
涼しくてとてもいいところですよ。
ナロンさんの予定は？
The weather's quite cool, so bodies don't rot as quickly as they would do in a hotter climate.
まだ何も決めていません。
じゃあよかったら一緒に軽井沢へ行きませんか？
え、いいんですか？
ええ、構いませんよ。車で行きますから。
ありがとうございます。楽しみにしています。
Cool. You now know how to entice somebody into the woods for murder. Very useful. Very useful. Okay. じゃあ今日はこれまでですね。ご苦労様でした。皆さん。
On the web page it says it ends tomorrow at 8:30.
Sorry about that. But we can stay on to them if you want to.
Yeah, for 24 hours.
Sure.
Can you stay actually for 3 minutes? I have a private stuff for you.
もちろん。
もちろん。
はい。
またね。
またね、皆さん。
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。またね。
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。Let me just stop the video.